justice, then that onus is not on this family. That onus is the people who are hiding the information we need to get answers. And so I know that we want to yell, I know we want to scream, but I just ask that you all take a moment and breathe and pray for Khalil. Amen. Khalil's going to come up, and Khalil is the only one that's in this audience, I do believe, that actually had to witness his father be executed. So, again, I don't care what you look like, who you vote for, or who you like or don't like up here. I understand that. But let's lift this young brother up, because he's witnessed something and he's now a part of a fraternity that none of us want to be a part of.
Amen.
Khalil.
Touch him. Give him strength.
For one, it's too much violence going on. That's not the key. Because that's just going to make everything worse. It's too much going on already with us black folks doing it to each other. You know what I'm saying? That's not right at all. We need to focus on that if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? So violence is not the key. But to my pops, man, yesterday I said he was executed. This autopsy report showed me that was correct. Those 3 gunshots to the arm, that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. It's obvious he was trying to get away. It's obvious. And they gonna shoot him in the back of the head. Man, that shit not right. That's not right at all, man.
Not right.
Like,
not right.
Man, stuff gotta change. It really gotta change for real.
Yeah.
Like.
Come on up, Chantel.
Good job. Good job.
And it was actually 4 gunshots to the arm, and they kept shooting. Now we're going to hear from Attorney Chantrell Lassiter.
I want y'all to hear the pain in this community, the pain, the yelling that y'all hear, the agony that y'all hear. This is pain. And a lot of times pain is interpreted as rebellion or whatever people want to interpret it as. Call it what it is. It's painful. This is painful for this family. This is painful for this community. We came up here yesterday, as Khalil said, and we told you it was an execution. People were questioning, well, you know, what about this? What about that? It was an execution. It was an assassination of this unarmed black man, and that is painful. And we are tired. Mothers are tired. Sisters are tired.
Right. That's right.
Don't forget about fight.
Fathers are tired.
That's right.
Communities are tired. Grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, friends, people that you call your family is tired. Y'all have to hear that pain. Y'all don't tune it out. Because people are yelling and it's not traditional or it's not conforming to the norm. It is pain. You have to hear that. And justice will be served.
Justice will be served.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you. Miss Gwen Carr, Miss Tanika Cox, 2 members of a fraternity that nobody wants to be a part of. Some say it's one of the quickest growing fraternities in the black community. Having the police kill our loved ones unjustly. And so, as Attorney Lassiter talked about pain, you see the pain in real life with these mothers who will have a hole in their hearts forever because their sons didn't bury them, they buried their sons. We will start with Miss Gwen Carr, who is one of the original mothers of the movement from New York City. Her son is Eric Gardner.
Yes. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Here I stand again in solidarity with this family who has joined a fraternity, a club that no one wants to be a part of. But when you do become a part of it, you don't know the pain. You don't know the strength that the family has to have in order to endure. And for Khalil to watch his father being executed, can you just imagine? Put yourself, don't only have sympathy, have empathy. Put yourself in that position.
Tell them, Gwen.
What would you do if you saw your child, your mother, your father, whomever being executed? an unarmed person being executed. They came here for that purpose. They never intended, in my opinion, they never intended to take him alive.
Tell them, Gordon.
They came with the intention. They had their own agenda when they came to that car. And that's not right. This is what they do in the black and brown communities. They come to us, they brutalize, they terrorize, they kill, and then it's swept under the rug. That's right. But we have to come together as communities to stop this. We can't keep going through this. My son died almost 7 years ago, and I had to watch his execution over and over again. I never watched the tape in its entirety because I couldn't. And I know it's going to be just like a lot of these family members. They're not going to be able to see that. It's horrible what they do to us.
Horrible.
And it has to stop. It has to stop. All black and brown men are not terrorists. They're not all guilty.
Tell them, Gordon.
They talk about police not being all bad, so all black people are not bad.
Tell them, Gordon.
There's bad in every community, in every race and creed. We have bad people.
Amen.
Just watch Scary People. Y'all watch that on TV, and it's not all us. But you know, I just want y'all to embrace this family. I want y'all to give this family justice. I want the media to record this for what it is, because it is what it is, an execution.
And here you go, sweetheart.
I'm Tanika.
This is Tanika Cox, the mother of Fred Cox Jr. Many of you don't know her story, but it needs to know. Her son mattered.
My son, we're from High Point, North Carolina. My son was murdered, executed in a church on November 8th by a plainclothes detective. The pain is unbearable. It's undescribable. And my heart goes out to Khalil. Amen. I can't imagine his pain seeing his father slaughtered like a pig. They killed him. He is a murderer. They're trying to make it common to kill, for the cops to kill people of our skin tone. We gotta stop it. They gotta be held accountable. With killing us. It's not normal. And we need to start right now by putting them behind bars. Because had it been the other way around and his daddy killed them, he would never walk these streets again.
Amen.
So we got to hold them at the same level as we hold our black and brown boys.
Amen.
They need to be locked up right now. Yesterday, last week, November 8th, he should have been locked up. But I still don't know who this man is that murdered my son in a church. Justice for your daddy, baby. I'm standing with you 100%.
Yes, I got it. Say his name, Fred Cox.
Fred Cox.
Say his name, Andrew Brown.
Andrew Brown.
Say his name, Fred Cox.
Fred Cox.
Say his name, Andrew Brown.
Andrew Brown.
Okay, very briefly, we will hear from Arthur Austin and Kirsten Ford. So quick, then we gotta get the question. Y'all go pass those out.
Look, I'm no politician, I'm no activist. I'm just a person that grew up in the hood, that always everybody know me for the truth. And I just want to say one thing to all the cops across America. If we running away from y'all,
Come on now.
Tell them, Arthur.
why do y'all feel the need to use a bullet to stop us from running? This ain't when we was kids and we playing cops and robbers. To me, y'all make me feel like y'all still playing that game. That if they get in the way, they can't get away. But y'all use a bullet, which is fatal, that we can't come back from.
Yep.
I don't understand that. They asked this man to comply. He complied and he died. If we comply, why do we die?
Here's the fourth. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. My name is the Reverend Kirsten John Foy, and I've traveled down here with Gwen Carr, and I have observed the disrespect that the city of Elizabeth had displayed not only to this family, to this community, but to the lawyers, to the elected officials who represent this city. And it is high time that we elevate this conversation and ask that the Department of Justice come in and oversee how the city of Elizabeth plans to move forward. Amen. They announced yesterday the declaration of a state of emergency prior to the release of the video, which means they know the inflammatory nature of the content, and they know the community is not going to respond in a way that is manageable for them. So what that means is that the city of Elizabeth City is going to continue in the vein of disrespect of this family and this community and cannot be trusted with the oversight and the security of the city, the protesters, the family, and this community. The Justice Department needs to come in and oversee this right now. Amen. Say no more. Show the video. Show the video. Say no more. Show the video. Say no more. Show the video. Say no more. Roland Martin, open for questions.
Ben Crump, it has been 6 days since this shooting. Have you ever seen a situation where an official autopsy has not been released by the medical examiner, no comment from the district attorney, and no public comment even since yesterday from the sheriff and the county attorney?
Repeat the question, too.
Repeat the question,
No,
sir.
you repeat it.
I want to hear it clear. Go ahead.
Again, have you ever seen a situation where 6 days after a shooting, no release of the actual autopsy from the medical examiner? That's first.
We have not gotten any preliminary autopsy or anything from the medical examiner at this point.
District Attorney, have y'all had any contact with the DA? Has the DA said anything to the attorneys or the family about an investigation?
The question was, as Roland asked, have the team had any contact with the district attorney? I've spoken with the district attorney. I believe it was on Thursday. Chantel, was it Thursday? Spoke with the district attorney on Thursday. Myself with some community leaders, as well as my Chantel and I. One thing we was promised was transparency from his office, and that the video, if shown to the family, that it would not be, it would be the raw video, no redaction, anything. Obviously, that didn't happen. As of any further communication, we haven't heard from the district attorney since.
So do you know if the DA has actually launched an investigation?
No, we do not. He hasn't given any indication that they have any investigation whatsoever. The SBI is leading investigations. The DA was doing the prosecution. So,
comment on the North Carolina law that requires a judge to sign off on the release of the footage.
He asked, what's your name?
Manuel from CBS.
Manuel from CBS asked to comment on the law in North Carolina. And I want people to focus on this, because as we try to change this system that leads to the black blood that flows in the streets of this country, we have to understand that we need to focus on the halls of the State House and the halls of Congress, because in North Carolina they have a bad law. But what I can also tell you is if Andrew Brown did something to justify his shooting, then they would have gotten that approval from a judge last Wednesday night or Thursday morning. That's right. If he attempted to hit them, shot at them, anything, which we know didn't happen, they would have gotten that approval early. This law makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And let me tell you why I am lasering in on this. Let me tell you why. Well, let me try. She's right though. She's right though. Let me try to be clear. I want to be extremely clear. That's why, to protect law enforcement and black bodies, we need to make sure that you can see these videos in 48 hours.
Yeah. And that would be the policy that we have to advocate. It's not enough to just get justice for this family because we know they keep killing us and keep making hashtags. We need to have transparency. We need to have it where the video is released immediately. Kind of like in the Chauvin case, we saw Minneapolis do things that needed to be done. Now it seems like in Elizabeth City, we're starting to retreat.
So where are you right now? Based on the information that you have from this autopsy, can you analyze with the car back there in the evening, with the direction of the shots on the right arm, what actually happened? The officers approached from the right side. The shots were fired. Explain to us, based on the information you have, how this unfolded.
The question was based on the autopsy and what was shown on the video, the limited footage on the video, the consistency, very consistent. Ms. Lassiter, very consistent with Ms. Lassiter stated, what she saw, that they believed the officers were already shooting at Mr. Brown. That is consistent with the shots of the shots in the arm, and also consistent with the shot in the back of the head that Mr. Brown backed up, was leaving, and a shot in the back of the head. Very consistent. No inconsistency with the report and what we saw in the video.
It substantiates it.
Yeah, but would the officers be approaching from the passenger side if his right arm was hit?
Ms. Lassiter can take.
I'm going to repeat it. They were approaching from every direction, from the side, from the front, from the other side. So all the guns were drawn. You heard multiple shots. So even watching the video, I can tell you what gun shot what, but there was multiple shots, multiple weapons, multiple officers.
And they had these ARs, these assault rifles that they're firing with as they approach.
1 second.
I wanted to know, is there a sense that the car was in motion before shots were fired?
No, we have no inclination that the car was in motion at all before shots were fired.
And remember, the video started, there were already shots being fired.
So thinking of where Chantel was, because for those of us that have gone and walked through, you can see the tire marks, you can see the bullets in the neighbor's house, which is downrange of where he was trying to get away. Is it your team's belief then that they intentionally withheld showing you the shot, the frames, the video that would have been the possible fatal gunshot wound? Because he would have been trying to leave across the vacant parking lot.
You asked a question about intentionality. Nobody up here, and I know that I don't know where Wayne is, but Wayne has been practicing law longer than us all, has seen an edited video. So yes, law enforcement intentionally edited the video to 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
And intentionally blurred out the office
and
guns and showed us what they wanted to show us under the guise of it being pertinent. I do want you to know, to be extremely